What's up, Sagittarius Collective? Thank you for joining me for your roll opener reading. My name is Keita. If it's your first time joining me, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm going to be doing or have done a roll opener reading for you guys. And from what I can tell, this message is not going to be long because it's very straightforward. It's nothing I'm really having to dive deep into because it's very clear what's coming forward here. So the road that is blocked is that of you all going from the martyr, which is someone who like shows up in support of a cause and shows up in support of that cause diligently, like fighting for something. So it says in its light attribute, it's learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. And then in its shadow, it's an addiction to self-pity. But what I was intuiting, just saw 111 in this new cycle for you guys, and in order to open a new road or open a pre-existing road that has been blocked, you all are being called to move away from martyrdom, like going to bat for people, trying to help them in whatever way that you've been trying to help them in so diligently, to the point that it's like you're trying to do the work for them, do the heavy lifting for them along their journey, and move into more of a mentorship where you provide your knowledge, your skill, your wisdom, your gnosis, that knowing that you have by way of your experience and not necessarily something you read, you just know because you experienced it, that type of thing. Sharing that with them and being available, of course, according to your boundaries, but not trying to do the work for them. The mentor archetype is that of passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. In its shadow, it's an inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. Some of us, we get addicted to being a teacher. We get addicted to being a martyr. We get addicted to whatever cause, because for one, it's an ego stroke for us, and for two, it helps us to not feel like a victim in whatever situation that we've been in, because we have this feeling of empowerment when we're helping somebody else out of their situation. But we're needing to think from a higher perspective. Am I really helping this person? You know what I'm saying? It's in essence that saying, if you give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime. And so you want to make sure that you're setting the example and that you are setting and upholding, maintaining your boundaries when it comes to how you show up for others and helping them, because ultimately you're needing to master yourself. You're needing to help yourself, and you're needing to have the energy, the time, the resources to invest in your own healing, your own practices, your own goals. And you don't want to be in such a martyr archetype that you are relinquishing all of that to someone else. And so that blocked road is the thing that is standing in the way of, or has the potential to stand in the way of, the next level of elevation and ascension for some of you. I asked why that road is blocked from the cards, and got new moon promise at the top of the deck. And what this tells me is new moon energy is all about manifesting. So you all have like an idea, an intention, an inkling, an intuitive knowing of something, of that which is your birthright, or that which is going to manifest for you. Someone may have prophesied to you that, you know, you're going to be a wise teacher, you're going to be in a loving marriage, you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, or you kind of know what lies in store for you, or what is potentially yours, right? With this new moon promise, you know that there's something more out there on the horizon for you. But opposed to putting all of your time, energy, effort towards helping other people and fighting other people's causes, you're needing to tap more into a ceremonial energy of ritual and prayer and time and solitude and communion with the divine, and at your altar. If you don't have an altar, if you just have like a little meditation space, if nature is your altar, but whatever it is, you're needing to tap into your own magic. And also, when it comes to helping other individuals, your help needs to look more like, of course, not without their consent, but your help needs to look more like candle work and prayer. And I don't think praying for somebody, I don't know, that's something we should explore though. Praying, some people, like, I had somebody tell me they was gonna pray for me. I'm like, yeah, please don't. I don't want you to. Don't do that. I actually said it, like, yeah, no, don't do that. I'd rather you not. I don't value your prayers. I don't give a fuck about your prayers. Please don't pray for me. But that's something we should consider as a collective, like praying for people. Like, I think you should have a person's blessing to pray for them. But when you're well intentioned, I don't see the harm in it either. My issue with the person who said that they were going to pray for me is that their intention was not aligned with my highest good. You know what I'm saying? They were saying it as a Christian get back, so to speak, opposed to really intending to pray for my well-being. So yeah, no, don't waste your time, boo. Your prayers don't mean shit over here. But yeah, we should consider our motive, our intention behind praying for people before we pray for them. And I think that makes all the difference in the world, as it does anything you do in terms of manifesting and magic. So intention is everything. But ultimately, this is about self-mastery. So if you're needing to work on self-love, get to your altar, do some self-love work. Get them pink candles out, get them rose petals out, and or your white candles, or your crystals, your rose quartz, whatever would be conducive to self-love, and start working energetically on manifesting that into your life. But see, when you are in martyrdom, you ain't got time, and your attention ain't even on being ceremonial or being an invocation. So you want to invoke the energy that you are wanting to manifest, and that is why I'm experiencing such irritation in my throat right now. Not just because I'm talking, but because you're meant to use your voice. So when you pray out loud. If there's a song on your heart, sing that song out loud. If there's a book or passage you needed to read, especially the Psalms, Psalms, recite it out loud. Our voices are activating. Our voices activate things to take place in our 3D reality, to manifest themselves. And so you want to activate your intentions by using your voice. I did bibliomancy to identify what crystal you all should work with to help to unblock this road. And we have two crystals that have been revealed, one being Novoculite, and it is associated with the infusion of subtle matter energy, stimulation of enlightenment, discernment, and cutting unhealthy ties to the past. For some of you, that martyrdom is the result of unhealthy ties that you have to the past. So you like standing up for, defending, fighting for something that you need to let go of, so that you can step into your mentorship capacity, not only as a teacher in that dynamic, but also to others, you know, on a grander scale. That's the thing that's blocking your mentorship, is cords that need to be cut. It's time. We're in this universal 9 year. We're having to close out cycles. We're having to bring some things to a natural conclusion, and it will behoove us not to fight it. So those relationships, those friendships, those professional partnerships that no longer align with us, we no longer feel like we're growing or elevating, we're no longer getting anything of value from it, or we're getting something of value from it, but it does not serve where we're being led. Because sometimes, and people don't talk about this enough, sometimes relationships are meant to end even when y'all ain't at odds, y'all ain't beefing, you know what I'm saying? But something about it will let you know that, okay, it's time for me to expand, it's time for me to evolve, and I have a greater chance of doing that elsewhere with somebody else, with this community, with this group, with this person, in this environment, right? Which lets you know you got to let go of what you were holding on to. Just saw 11:11 and walk through that portal of manifestation so that you can receive that which is meant for you in this next chapter on the other side of this blocked road, right? And for you all, that's mentorship. That's you showing up, sharing your authentic, truthful experiences, and helping others from a very healthy place where you're teaching the student how to be a teacher. That's what mentorship does. You help shape and mold the person's character by way of your authentic influence. And in order to do that, you got to be your authentic self. But you can't be your authentic self when you have not mastered self, when you have not been doing the work to master self and been attached to have had karmic ties. So Navuculite is good for working with the third eye and the crown chakra. So you're needing to work with your higher chakras. And it says here that Navuculite is one of the newly emerging stones that acts as a conduit for the infusion of subtle matter energy or celestial fire. Y'all hold on, I'm thirsty. I fixed me some lime, ginger roots, and fennel tea. And I should have taken the time to drink it before I got started, because I feel like I want to be sipping on it throughout this whole reading, but I would be forever. My vision is that these stones bring in currents that are actual influxes of a subtle matter that changes and rapidly evolves the very cells and molecules of our bodies. This alteration makes one far better attuned to the frequencies of the higher spiritual realms, bringing to life one's latent capacities for spiritual powers, or siddhis. Siddhis is the word. Thus, one might think of Navuculite as a sort of guru stone, teaching our material bodies how to reach enlightenment. Notice that correlation between the word guru and mentorship. Like, you're meant to lead in a way that does not require you being more of a martyr. Navuculite is a stone of discrimination. No longer accepting any old thing, being discerning, not allowing yourself to invest time and energy into what everybody else got going on and what everybody else got to say and what everybody else doing and what everybody else believes. You're being discerning and discriminating in a way. Under its influence, one can greatly enhance one's powers of discernment. This stone, it also tends to sharpen intelligence and enhance intuition. In energy work, one can use Navuculite to sever unhealthy emotional or karmic ties, sometimes called cords, to individuals and habits that keep one from making spiritual progress. In spiritual self-healing, Navuculite is an ideal stone for psychic surgery. Spiritually, Navuculite carries a stream of subtle matter energy into the body, aiding the process of enlightenment It enhances one's power of discernment and can be used to cut away unhealthy ties to people or patterns from the past. Emotionally, Novoculite can aid in achieving a feeling of freedom from the past, bringing with it a zest for life and an eagerness for learning and spiritual development. The affirmation associated with Novoculite is, my mind and body are clear and alert, and my whole being is filled with the substance and energy of the new human being. So if you're interested in working with this crystal, it's spelled Novaculite. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but that's it right there. The second crystal that you guys should be working with is Numite, and it is so on point with the its energy is so on point with the message that's coming through, because it's associated with personal magic, not somebody else's, your own, right? But again, doubling down on that energy of focus on yourself. The deep journey to the core of self, enhancing clairvoyance, attuning to the elemental forces, and achieving self mastery. So what's coming through to me too is that you all are being led to more of a mentorship capacity and out of situations where you've been codependent on a certain friend group or community, work environment, maybe even like a religious structure, but a group. So you're divorcing yourself from groupthink to be a more independent thinker, a free thinker, a truth seeker, and going within to do that and govern yourself according to what's true for you in your heart and in your spirit, what resonates for you, absent of outside or external influence. And that is beautiful. That is freedom. That's liberation. That is sovereignty. And so Numite, it says, these are stones of the deepest aspect of the earth element. They draw upon the fiery energies of the earth's core, and they offer us the gift of inner power. In regard to power, it is said that the difference between a tyrant and a magician is that a tyrant wants power over others, while the magician wishes for power only over him or herself. In the great work of mystic realization, the magician makes much more progress than the tyrant. Numite, as a stone of inner power, can be used on the magician's quest for self-mastery. This ceremony energy, that is that magician energy that you guys are being led to tap into, and to also assess your relationship with power. Like, some people can look back over their lives and see if they truly are honest with themselves in reflection that a lot of the trouble or situations they've gotten into was because they were having some kind of a power struggle. Whether it was with another or with themselves, there was a power struggle. There was some needs to try to exert some power or feel like they have some power, or they did certain things because of the power that it gave them over other people or other situations. And we all have power, but what do you use your power for? Do you know what you have the capacity to use your power for? And for many of you, you're being led to tap into the limitlessness of your power. Just how magical, magnificent, metaphysical your power is. Just how transcendent your power is, so that you can better understand how to use it in this world for your good and for the good of the collective. So Numite will help you tap into that magician energy, having that confidence and knowing that you have all of God's resources, tangible and intangible, at your disposal, and that you have the power to learn how, come on, light, how to use it. Numite has the power to take one on a journey into the depths of the psyche. It can help one to release energies trapped in the subconscious parts of the self that may have been lost to fear, trauma, guilt, or shame. So doing like some soul retrieval. It can help one recall and release fixated energies from childhood, birth, or even past lives. It's a solid ally that reinforces one's courage and determination to do whatever inner work is necessary to be healed and whole. In addition, Numite may be used as a gazing stone, helping one move into altered states of consciousness. It can enhance clairvoyance and intuition and can help one learn the language of the body and channel healing energies for oneself and others. Numite facilitates one's efforts to transform ungrounded fantasy into magical reality. So if you're one of those people who get caught up in like fantasy and dreaming and even creative visualization, but you struggle to move from seed form to actually doing something in your physical reality to bring it to fruition, then Numite would help you bridge that gap as well. Numite is a strong storm element stone that brings light into the densest aspects of the physical world and the human psyche. So if you're having like dark thoughts, very dense, dark, like fear and anxiety, like strong fear and anxiety, Numite can help you to like tackle those things that are going on in the psyche that trigger those feelings or emotions or experiences. It allows one to bravely and honestly face the shadow self and find love in one's heart for those aspects of self that one has denied, vilified, or ignored. It is a powerful stone for shamans who perform soul retrievals, as it assists in locating and integrating the aspects of self which have been separated from the whole. Some of you are on a journey to integrating your light and your dark, exploring your duality and accepting that you have some shadows, you have some dark parts of you, and learning how to work with and heal those things without being ashamed of them, without letting them be the monster underneath your bed and keep you in analysis paralysis or in fear of doing the things that you are being soul led to do. Numite is a powerful meditative tool. One thing that's coming to me before I even read that sentence is like, as a society, we spend a lot of time talking about haters and people competing with us and who's against us, the enemy. But we talking about that inner me, which is your real enemy. You know what I'm saying? That part of you that is within you that is blocking your blessings, that is hating on you, that is keeping you from thriving and evolving. And there are so many like metaphysical, shamanic practices, energetic practices that can help. Working with mushrooms and psilocybin, psychedelics can help unlock those things that have been ultimately puppeting you, those things that puppet us or keep us incriminated, keep us bound. But we have to be open-minded. We have to be willing. We have to surrender our will to God's will and explore the variety of God's gifts that are available to us indiscriminately in terms of what we're being called to work with. I'm not saying go out and try every damn thing that is said to be able to help you heal. You know what I'm saying? Trust your intuition. Do your research. But don't be closed off to it because of some limiting belief that you have that is ultimately ignorant. Like a lot of people that have these limiting beliefs, they're limited because they don't know no better. They don't take the time to look up, research, or experience and give things a chance. But that is where your elevation lies. That's where your healing lies. That's where your freedom lies, and being open to some of these healing modalities that are being brought into your awareness for assistance. It says Numite is a powerful meditative tool, often facilitating journeys into the ancient pre-human past directly to the time of creation. It is a powerful reminder of the moment of perceived separation when we rejected the Creator out of fear, being rejected by the Creator. It is a strong stone for psychic and mental healing, helping one recover one's power from the dark corners where it has been pushed aside and forgotten. Numite speaks not only of recovering one's power, but also of recovering one's sense of self, overcoming self-doubt, self-hatred, and all the other tools the ego uses to keep one's true nature hidden. That martyrdom is something that we do to keep our true nature hidden as well, because as long as we focus on other people and what's best for them, or we're making decisions based on what's best for them, then it serves as a distraction from doing what's best for us, because sometimes doing what's best for us is gonna piss some people off. It's not gonna sit well with some people. It's gonna trigger some people. Hell, it's gonna trigger us sometimes. But as long as we focus on what's best for them, we have an excuse to not do what's best for us. Numite can facilitate psychic experiences, particularly the assessing of past or alternate lives. These visions are given so that one may learn about one's true self, not as entertainment or for ego trips. Often this knowledge may come with some difficult lessons about how one has used one's power in the past and how one may be rejecting one's power in the present. This as an ally is an ally to engage when one is truly ready to recognize, integrate, and love all aspects of oneself, so one may place oneself fully in service to the highest good. I'm going to skip the spiritual, emotional, and physical breakdown and go straight to the affirmation, because we've already went over those things. But the affirmation is, I willingly go into the depths of myself to heal and recover what has been lost, and I achieve self-mastery in doing so. So I hope this message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope something was said that leaves you well. I hope that your journey to self-mastery is plentiful. If you're needing assistance in that area or any other area in your life, you wanted some clarity, a consultation, a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you'd like to donate, that information is in the description box below. If I release this video before Monday, January the 20th, me and my homegirl, we are hosting a vision boarding workshop at Canvas, which is a art bar located in Midtown Memphis. So if you're interested in joining us, check out the flyer on my Instagram page. And yeah, y'all, with that being said, until next time, peace.